2 a.m. on Nevada's Route 50. Widely known as the loneliest road in America, Mark was driving alone. The rain was coming down in sheets, his windshield wipers struggling against the downpour. The radio offered nothing but dead, heavy static. Suddenly, his car's GPS screen flickered. The digital map glitched and vanished, leaving nothing but a single pulsing red dot in a sea of black. A text prompt blinked on the screen. "You have arrived." Mark slammed on the brakes. He looked around, but there was nothing out there. Pitch black. Then a jagged flash of lightning illuminated the desert, revealing an isolated, rotting motel just off the shoulder. A solitary, buzzing neon sign flickered through the rain. The Whispering Pines. Vacancy. Without warning, his car engine died. The headlights cut out. Total system failure. Left with no choice, Mark popped the hood latch, grabbed his jacket, and made a run for the motel lobby. As he pushed open the heavy glass door, a wave of freezing air and the faint smell of decay hit him. A woman stood behind the reception desk, her back turned to him. "Excuse me," Mark said, shaking off the rain. "My car just died on me. Do you have a landline I could use?" The woman turned around slowly. Mark's breath caught in his throat. She had a face, but her eyes were solid, milky white, completely devoid of pupils or emotion. When she spoke, her voice was flat and mechanical, like a corrupted audio file. "Room 104 is ready. Room 104 is ready. Room 104 is ready." She kept repeating it, completely unbroken. That strange, cold shiver. Mark, when you're in a place that should be full of people, that's when he noticed that it's completely empty. The second hand, a vacant mall was violently ticking. The silent hotel hallway, the faded floral wallpaper forever behind the desk feels familiar, seemed to breathe like a half-remembered dream, and distorting, or perhaps as if the very fabric of reality was glitching around reality. Welcome to the world of liminal space. Mark bolted out. Word liminal sprint comes from the Latin word limen, practically ripped the door handle off, threw himself into the driver's seat. They aren't meant for living. The engine roared to life on the first try. But what happens when the gas disappears? Tires peeling out on the wet transition, leaving that cursed motel fading in the rearview Internet mirror. Legends call 20 minutes he drove. Back rooms. At 80 miles per hour, infinite maze racing of empty offices finally started to slow. Carpets. He let out a long, shaky breath out of reality and reached over to turn on the radio. This is where just you to hear some human noise. Why are we so obsessed with these empty a crisp, spaces? Cold voice cut Psychologists through the speakers call it room 104 is ready. Mark when a place froze. Looks like it should have life, at the but is completely dead, looming our in brain the darkness, signals danger. Illuminated maybe these aren't just empty rooms. Was that maybe they are the parts of the universe that were never finished? The Whispering Pines. Vacancy. He slammed the brakes. He hadn't turned around. He had driven straight for 20 miles. How was it? Right in front of him again. The GPS screen flared to life. The text had changed. "You never left, Mark." Instantly, the car doors locked themselves with a heavy clack. The temperature inside plummeted. The windshield completely fogged over, trapping him inside a metal box. Mark frantically checked the rearview mirror, and his blood ran cold. The white-eyed woman was sitting in his back seat. The only thing visible in the dark was her wide, unnatural smile. He desperately yanked open the glove box, searching for a flashlight, a tire iron, anything, but his hand didn't brush against metal. It sank into a dense, damp clump of human hair. He recoiled, crying out, as the radio suddenly clicked over from static to a warped, distorted 1950s carnival tune. "Room 104 is ready. Room 104 is ready. Room 104 is ready." She kept repeating it, completely unbroken. Have you ever felt it? That like strange, cold shiver. Mark, when you're in a place that should be full of people, that's when he noticed the lobby completely empty. The second hand, a vacant mall was violently ticking. A silent hotel hallway that seems to stretch forever. Behind the desk, it feels familiar. To breathe. like a half-remembered
shifting
dream,
and
distorting,
or perhaps
as if the very fabric of reality
glitch
was glitching
in your
around
own
him.
reality.
Welcome
Pure
to the
panic
world
set
of
in.
liminal space.
Mark
Bolted out the word liminal
sprinted
comes
back
from
to
the
his
Latin
car.
word
He
limen,
practically ripped the
meaning
door handle off,
threshold.
threw himself
These are
into
places
the driver's
of
seat,
transition,
and
they
turned
aren't
the
meant
key.
for living.
The engine
They are
roared to
meant
life
for
on the
passing
first
through.
try.
But what
He
happens
floored
when
the
the
gas
exit
pedal
disappears?
tires peeling
What
out
happens
on the wet
when the
asphalt,
transition,
leaving that
becomes
cursed
the
motel
destination?
fading in the rearview
Internet
mirror.
legends
For 20
call it
minutes he drove
the back rooms
at 80
a
miles per
sprawling,
hour.
infinite maze
His racing heart
of empty offices
finally started
and damp
to
yellow
slow.
carpets.
He let out
If
a
you
long,
accidentally
shaky
knew
breath
clip out
and
of
reached
reality
over to
in the
turn
wrong
on the
areas,
radio. This is
just
where
to
you
hear
end
some
up.
human noise.
Why are we so
Instead,
obsessed with these
a
empty
crisp,
spaces?
cold voice cut through
Psychologists
the speakers.
call it
Room
the
104
uncanny
is
valley.
ready.